You can call me what you want, I ain't giving you $1, nigga. It's your boy Crypto Blood. Welcome to another episode of My Two Satoshis. It is May 26, 2018. We are rocking out to some Galantis. No money. Shout out to my man Brismo for the song request. I like this joint right here. It sounds like a YouTube song. You know the songs they play in the background on the YouTube joints. This is what this sounds like. But I want to give a shout out to everybody out there in the YouTube world. We rocking out today. It's sunny today. I'm going to go out and enjoy myself in a minute here. But I want you guys to stay tuned. I'm definitely doing a off the chain later tonight, and also tomorrow we'll be publishing another episode of the Block Party Podcast, episode number 12. We got a great guest. Many of you will know. Huge on YouTube. So hope you guys are looking forward to that as well. We'll publish that tomorrow. Today we are talking about Litecoin. Litecoin has actually surpassed Ethereum in this one metric. And so we'll take a look at that. That's going to be positive news, hopefully, for Litecoin and its price. And then secondly, we look at Bitcoin. I got an analyst that says Bitcoin will be worth 40K within the next decade. And we'll look into why this gentleman from Bitwise Asset Management believes that. I kind of agree with him on that one too. So we'll take a look at both of those articles, but first let's take a look at that market cap. Currently at $337 billion. Bitcoin's dominance is at 38%. We're kind of near where we were yesterday as far as market cap goes. So not seeing too much new money coming into the system. We're trying to eke our way back up yet again. You know, the hour column is looking fairly green. 24-hour column is looking fairly green for the top, I would say 50, 60 coins here. But that 7-day is still greatly red here, deeply red. So not looking good over the 7-day mark. But as you can see right now, we are just right there, just bouncing right off of this 7,300 area. The longer we sit here or bounce off of it, the higher the probability of us heading higher. I'm hoping that's what happens. So we're losing momentum in volume. So that should mean, in my opinion, that should mean we have exhausted most of the bears in the market. So I'm hoping that we can pick up volume, and the next time we pick up volume, it will be to the upside. First article for today, it's out of AMB Crypto. Litecoin surpasses Ethereum. Litecoin finds security in increased hash power. So this is one metric that veterans look at, crypto veterans look at. I used to mine a lot back in the day, and hash power was very critical back then because there were so few people in the markets. Hash power meant a lot more, I think, than it does, or a lot more than it's covered today, at least. And, you know, in these times, we're more so looking at the price of Bitcoin, the market cap. We're not looking at the hash power, which is very critical for security. But according to recent developments, Ethereum's total hash rate for its blockchain has been surpassed by Litecoin. This, for all purposes, signifies that Litecoin's blockchain is more secure than Ethereum's. The hash power of blockchain represents the amount of power the blockchain needs to continue functioning. Proof of work algorithms consumes the most hash power in the process of mining. The hash power is measured in terms of hash per second and is the output of a hash function. So as you can see here, we have Litecoin surpassing Ethereum's network hash rate. That is good news. That's showing that people, I'll put it to you this way. If you see an increase in hash power, that means more people are willing to divert their hash power toward a coin. That means that they believe in that coin. So the network is saying that we believe in Litecoin being worth something. Right now, I haven't looked at this, but right now it could be very profitable to mine Litecoin. Difficulty rates take time to catch up with price. And so with the rise in Litecoin, I'm not sure how far behind Litecoin's difficulty rate is. So that could be it. I haven't looked at that part and that in depth and to that aspect of it. But the article goes on to say Litecoin holds power as the most dominant script POW coin in the market, with a total hash power of close to 340 terahashes per second. The coin that uses hash power second to Litecoin with script POW has a hash power of 2 terahashes per second, which is the reason Litecoin's Charlie Lee stated that it would not be attacked. Litecoin surpassed Ethereum's hash rate on May 5th, with Ethereum's hash rate being 270 terahashes and Litecoin's being 277 terahashes. Currently, Litecoin is hovering around 340 terahashes, while Ethereum is staying consistently around 270. And many of you probably know that Ethereum is looking to switch from proof of work to proof of stake. And it says here Ethereum has introduced a proof of staked finality system that might reduce power consumption in the future, even as it is overlaid on the existing proof of work blockchain. WizKid Coder Vitalik Buterin said that it could take on the form of a hybrid system with elements of both POS and POW. So we'll have to see. This is funny because Bitcoin's hash rate, even though the price is heading down, the hash rate of Bitcoin is creeping up higher and higher. I was looking at Bitcoin's hash rate as well. And so what that means to me is that people have confidence still in Bitcoin as well. They're putting their resources, their hashing power, their hardware, they're pointing it at these coins. So that's a good thing. You know, that is definitely a good thing, and it should for those who may be indecisive about what's going on with the prices of these cryptocurrencies. If you see increasing hash power, 9 times out of 10, very shortly after that, you will see an increase in price if you've seen the price on the downtrend. So, I mean, I've seen that in the last 5 years that I've been in cryptos. I used to mine really aggressively, had a decent little mining operation. I used to really look at hash power a lot. That told me a lot about where price was going, and also difficulty rates with the algorithms. So you guys got to let me know, what do you think? Is that a positive thing for Litecoin? Do you think Litecoin surpassing Ethereum back early in May is a bullish move? I think so. I think that's a bullish event there. The second article is out of Bitcoinist.com, and it says here Bitcoin as a store of value could be worth 40K within the next decade, says Matt Hogan. Matt Hogan of Bitwise Asset Management believes that the price of Bitcoin could increase by 500% in the next 10 years. Hogan hinges his prediction on the cryptocurrency becoming an actual store of value and the blockchain permeating several facets of human life. So it says here, is Bitcoin a store of value? Finding a consensus on any argument related to Bitcoin is almost a futile effort at this point. There's the bubble argument, the economic definition argument, and of course the store of value argument. Matt Hogan, in a recent op-ed for Forbes, examines the store of value debate for Bitcoin, drawing some interesting parallels with gold. Right from the inception, the virtual currency has been compared with gold. Some proponents are even in the habit of calling the crypto digital gold. Critics, however, dispute this idea, saying that the cryptocurrency cannot be compared to gold because it is highly volatile and as such cannot be a store of value. I think it can be a store of value. I just don't think it can be a currency. Volatility to me doesn't seem to be synonymous with a store of value, in my opinion. But hey, that's just me. So one of the most basic definitions of a store of value is an asset that is both tradable and can be stored for future use. By this definition, a store of value must maintain some stability over a reasonable period. Bitcoin is a volatile asset No arguments there. However, is the volatility exhibited by the number one crypto a misnomer in the finance world? It turns out the answer is no, and Hogan provides hard evidence. He goes on to say here a little bit about the history featuring the post-1971 gold market. So it says here, today gold is not only solid based in its physical form, but an asset. It maintains some level of price rigidity. However, it wasn't always so. So in 1971, the U.S. President Nixon dropped the gold standard from the U.S. dollar. The price of gold and the value of the dollar was no longer tethered together. What happened next? Well, the table below gives you an idea of the wild volatile prices of gold in the decades following. So yeah, that's true. This kind of goes towards my whole argument I just made a second ago. Like, just because there's volatility doesn't mean there isn't a store of value there. So today's crypto critics would be billowing that gold isn't a store of value if they examine these figures. However, today it is universally accepted that the precious metal is indeed a store of value. So what has changed? The article asks. The answer isn't utility, as some might point out. Gold has some industrial application use cases, but that is not enough to justify its current price, according to Hogan. So, you guys, I think this is a really good article. You guys should really read it just to kind of get an insight on what this individual is talking about as far as the price of Bitcoin going forward in the future. The last paragraph I want to show you guys or read to you is pretty profound. It says here, in 10 years, Bitcoin could comfortably hold 10% of the value of gold, which means a conservative price estimate of $40,000. A lot of this depends on how quickly real-world utility applications can be implemented for cryptocurrencies and the assumption that it continues on a similar trajectory to gold. So yeah, you guys got to let me know. Hey, I hope for McAfee's sake, I hope he's not right. 40K in 10 years. Boy, McAfee would be ridiculous, I'm telling you. Let me know your thoughts about this, people. I'm interested to know. I personally think in a decade, 40K, it may be, you know, that may be realistic. I'm gonna be honest with you. That may be realistic. I personally think that in the next 5 years, Bitcoin's dominance or percentage of the global market cap for cryptocurrencies is going to be under 5% anyway. So just because he's saying Bitcoin at 40K in within, you know, in the next decade doesn't mean that the explosion in crypto altcoins and tokens, really the tokenization and blockchain portion of this space, I think is going to see huge gains and huge growth. And I think that's where you're going to really see a lot of gains. But of course, I could be wrong, and you should never listen to me. It's your boy Crypto Blood. Make sure you like and subscribe and click that bell, people. I'm out. I ain't got no money, so don't ask me. Holla.